back to another episode of Taco Imposters. Again, I have no idea what to talk about. Figured maybe I'll talk about something I was watching recently because I watched the video. It was okay. It was oh, Apic guy, the Apic guy on YouTube. He was doing a thing on it was rare and obsolete. Is that what it is? Rare and obsolete media. Let me look it up. The Apic guy. Let's go with Apic guy. The Epic guy, the Epic guy, the Epic guy. 108 rare and bizarre media types. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and so he was talking about just how the like there's so many random medias that like stored data on it, like stored stuff on it. It was crazy. He basically starts the whole video with since the dawn of time, since the dawn of man could figure out how to put words onto something, whether it was paper, plastic, wax, stone. We've been archiving things, right? And so we have like everything on this one. It's crazy. Like if you just go on something like Internet Archives, you can see how many, and I mean how many different bizarre things there were that most people are gonna never even know about. You know what I mean? They're never gonna even remotely know about it. You know? They're gonna be like, "What? Huh? Okay." Like it's not that they're useless or like not entertaining. It's just that there's so much of it that you'll never have time to watch it all. Like it's just pick something, whether it's TV shows, books, movies, or music, and you could spend the rest of your life watching every single one, or listening to every single one, or reading every single one of those kind of things. Like it doesn't matter what it is, just you could pick one of those things, and there would be, and I mean, you spend the rest of your life watching, reading, or listening to that thing. It's crazy how much there is. It just shows how people just love to make and create, you know, to the point where it's just like oh, there's way too much of it, right? And certain things, like movies, have only been around for about 100 years, and TV a little bit less than that, like 70 years, 80 years, so like 90 years, maybe? I don't know, but like, so it's not like books, where books have been around for thousands and thousands of years. So we have books from like thousands of years ago, right? Or hundreds of years ago. No. These other things, not really. Now, music's been around forever, but the archival of music, not really. Like, were people, you know, recording music 200 years ago? No. But there were the sheet music, so we know what some of the things were. But, yeah, I mean, it's crazy a lot. And so he's just talking about all the random media. So if you want a good video, it's called 108 Bizarre Media Types, that's what it's called. 108 Rare and Bizarre Media Types, right? Or just go on Tecmo. If you go to the YouTube channel Tecmo, there's so many different things that he shows. He shows like from tapes to CD, like from optical media to to magnetic media to even like some mechanical media, where something has to physically touch something else. It's like there's a lot of them. It's ridiculous. Everything from something this big, right? Cartridge about that big, to something that's like an inch by an inch. Like it's crazy. Tapes and CDs, and you know, you had things from everything from um Laserdisc. That was just absolutely humongous, like ridiculously big. Like it was like 10 inches or something. Like take a record and picture like, so it's about 10 inches. So it's like that big about. Imagine having all your movies on that. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. That's insane. It's way too big in my opinion. Anyway, to the smallest disc format, which was, I believe, there might be smaller, but the same thing that there are mini DVDs, but they were the same thing that GameCube discs came on. GameCube discs came on these tiny little discs, mini DVDs, or mini, no, they were like G discs or something. I don't remember exactly what they are, but yeah. So it was very much. It was very much. This is like sizes were cute. And then you had tapes that were like tapes that were like, well, you can't even see it in the frame. It's so big. Like, oh, I want to say like a foot and a half. It's like a foot and a half by maybe a foot and a half, or maybe like half that, 6 inches or 8 inches. Anyway, down to like tapes that were like the size of your freaking fingernail. Not your fingernail necessarily. That's hyperbole, but you know, about an inch by an inch. It's crazy. And then you have things like everything from the cylinder, which is about, you know, this big, like it's about 2 inch diameter by like 4 or 5 inches. You know, the wax cylinder or the plastic cylinder, depending. And you know, to the 12-inch record. That's insane. That's crazy. That was absolutely insane. But yeah, and everything in between. It's crazy. Because we pretty much figured out from the beginning about 4, maybe 5 different ways of recording, whether that was recording audio. And then video is a whole different thing. But audio, it was basically, you had the cylinder, then you had the record, then you had the reel-to-reel, then you had the cassette tape, then you had the CD. So that was about 6. So we pretty much and then everything in between, because every company under the sun tried to make their own like proprietary thing. Especially when it came to optical media. Optical media was crazy because everybody was like, well, I can create some sort of like proprietary media that you can only record off of my recorder that you have to buy from us directly, or play off of my recorder, which you have to buy from us directly, and you know, make a whole bunch of money. Which I'm almost what's the word I'm looking for? I feel bad for some of those people. Some of those people who just were like, who bought into an ecosystem. That's why I hate buying into an ecosystem, because if I need to use something else, I either A, don't know how to use it, or B, can't use it, because I've adopted into some ecosystem. I've adapted into ecosystem where it's like the people who have only iPhones, and then it's like, no, sorry, can't do anything else. I only have an iPhone. Like, I can't. I'm only in the or the worst is when it's what's it called? When it's GoPros. They've gotten to the they've gotten into the GoPro ecosystem, and instead of, you know, I know that certain cameras can't adapt to other cameras, but like for the most part, cameras can adapt in certain ways. Like GoPro, no, you're screwed. Your GoPro, you're in the GoPro ecosystem, and that's it. You can't do anything else. Like GoPro it's got its like proprietary stuff. Because that's the other thing I found stupid. Why would you make the GoPro mounts stupid? Why did you just make them tripod mounts? Like, that's just dumb. It's that they could make a lot more money. They could make so much more money because it was proprietary. It's like, why? This is stupid. But anyway, what are you going to do there? I don't really care. I'm not going to buy a GoPro, I don't think, anytime soon. They're cool. They're good. They're great for, like, getting into close corners and, like... Scratch on the lens? Oh, no, just dust. Dust on the lens, okay. But yeah, I'm not saying it's bad, necessarily, but it's not good in terms of, like... I don't like proprietary things. Because, like, if you watch that video, the 8-Bit Guy's video, there's so many formats that I feel bad for people if they used, because now it's just like, now how am I supposed to read all that? Because it's not like, you know, it's not like a USB disc, it's not like a floppy drive, a USB stick, it's not like a floppy drive, it's not like a VHS tape, it's not like, you know, a record, it's not like, whoopsies, not like those kind of things where you can pretty much play any of that. It's not a floppy disk, you know, where you can play most of that today. Like, oh yeah, you can still use it in some capacity. No, you're screwed into having to have that one specific, like, device that would read it. Just like, which is why I personally never did that. I never had those, like, special proprietary things. Because, like, oh, they would always claim, oh, it's better. Oh, we can do more. We can do high density, and we can do a lot more capacity, and, like, double density, and, like, all this, like, that's like, stop. Now I think, like, now it's like, can I play this in 20 years? And they're like, don't know. Or, no. Or, maybe. It's like, well, then I'm not going to buy into your whole ecosystem if I can't be sure that I can play this in 20 years. If you can guarantee me, you know, you can guarantee to me that, hey, I can play this in 20 years, then sure, fine, great, I'll buy into your ecosystem, sure. But if you can't guarantee that I can use this in 20 years, then no, I'm not going to do it. Because I'm sure there's so much documentation or videos or music or whatever that are recorded on these really obscure, bizarre media formats that you now can't use because you don't have the one player. It's like, oh, or the one recorder or whatever, you know? It's like, because they had a lot of those. They did. If you watch that video, there's like probably hundreds of formats, media formats that just like, wow, they're just obscure now. Like they're obsolete now. That you probably can't even play half of them on because we don't even know what half of them even are. Is this a data tape? Is this a video tape? Is this a like audio tape? What is this, right? Right. So I mean, I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's just like I feel bad for them because like, well, it's like people who bought into something like some camera that had like a bizarre media format, like mini DVDs or something, and you're just like you can't watch any of them because like you decided to buy a proprietary format of some kind. Where it's like, why would you want that? Like, why? You know? Right? Why? Like, now you're screwed because you can't play it anymore. Now, of course, you can still play it. Well, that depends. We're going to say you can still play it off of the camera that you have it, as long as you have the camera. And B, as long as that camera could play back. Because there's certain things that couldn't play back. Like, there were some cameras that couldn't play back. Which, to me, was so stupid because I was like, why? Why would you make a camera that couldn't play back? That you couldn't play back the media you were you were making. I don't know. Videos using? I don't know. Anyway. So yeah. That's what I did. I watched those videos. And I was watching a few Tecmo videos of weird, obsolete media too. And it's like, there's everything from recording audio on wire, recording it on tape, recording it on vinyl, recording it on recording video on vinyl, recording video on like analog optical discs, recording on like everything. It's crazy. Paper. They even recorded it on paper. Now I'm not talking about something like a punch card, right? Where it recorded data on a punch card, right? Where there was like little holes in it, and so the thing could read every hole. No. It was literally on the paper. And I'm not talking about like cards where like you would slide a card in and you could read it like a credit card. No, I'm talking like actual paper, like in the paper itself. It's crazy. There's a lot of just media. Media was crazy, okay? Media, there was so much media. It was ridiculous. Media formats, it was crazy. And how do we archive all that? Like that goes back to the whole argument, not the argument, the whole debate or the whatever of not debate. The whole questions, the whole pondering the thought that was like, how do we archive everything? Right? How do we archive the weird random things? Right? I archived one thing once, and I put it on the Internet Archive, and it was the documentary about Montreal and the October Crisis. So if you don't know what the October Crisis is, it's basically the Francophone. There was a group of Francophone Quebecers who thought they didn't have any rights, and so they basically created a terrorist organization called the FOQ, the Front de Libération de Québec, and they were like, well, we need our rights. Like, don't take we are not represented at all. Like the Canadian the Anglophone English Canadians, English Quebecers are way more represented than we are. We're like, we have nothing. So they basically revolted against people, and they had a civil war. Not really, because they never fought anything, but yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, so I did that, and I was like, I should probably archive more things, considering I have a few other things. Like there's some audio stuff that I could archive, and I want to archive them just because like when I want in the future to be able to show my kids this thing and not have like a problem of, well, I don't have the physical tape first of all because it's on VHS tape. I don't have the file that I recorded it on, right? Because I recorded it to my computer. I recorded it both to my computer on a external hard drive, and then on my computer external hard drive, and then I uploaded it to Internet Archive. So as long as Internet Archive still exists in whatever 50 years, I could show my kids and be like, look, watch this, or I could tell someone, hey, you need something for whatever it is. like a project, school project or something, watch this video, watch this documentary. It's great. So I've done one archiving. I've been archived a lot. Now I want to archive a few other things because like they're not anywhere to be found. But again, legally, am I allowed to do that? Kind of, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the whole laws about this. Not that it's illegal, but I know that the Internet Archive doesn't follow any laws like whatsoever. They just have this attitude of we need to archive everything, like literally everything. So it doesn't matter how we do it. We just need to archive everything. And so I read a blog post once, and it was a thing about they were talking, or he was talking about their books and the way they recorded their books and how their books were did not follow the law at all. Like the what's it called, the copyright law, where it's like you're not allowed to do that. It's like, well, and basically he actually emailed the Internet Archive, and they were like, yeah, we're aware of this. We basically he was told, we're aware of this. We just don't really care. And also they had this attitude where it's like they're archiving everything, so really it's a good thing what they're doing. So we're not gonna really, bash them over the head, like, oh, you can't do that, bad, 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 and try and shut them down. No, or stop them. No, because they're like, well, you're doing a good job, so, what's the point? Also, they've archived everything. What are you going to shut down the whole website? And it's very useful, right? And he said, the guy who was making the post, not the person from the Internet Archive, he was like, well, I found a book that was out of print too, so it is useful. I understand it's useful. It's just maybe you could do that. Follow the laws. No, do it the right way. Maybe. Anyway, now if you want a good video about copyright, watch Tom Scott's video about copyright. Basically, I think the video is called YouTube's copyright is fine, or it's good, or something. Because he basically makes the argument YouTube's copyright system is fine. It's absolutely fine because they're just following what they have. They're taking what they have, what copyright is, and they're doing a fine job. Now, it's not the perfect. Don't tell me it's perfect, but it's good. It's fine. It's definitely fine. Now, that brings to the point of it's fine based on what it has to work with, copyright laws, right? Not like the copyright laws themselves are not good. It's the copyright laws themselves. You have to fix the copyright laws themselves. Because he said something like, I think he said it was 70 years and then 30 years after you're dead or something that you get royalties for something. It's like, what? Why? I think he said music specifically. And it was just like, what? That's ridiculous. Something like that. Let me look it up. I'm going to look it up. Something like that. It's ridiculous. Basically, your whole life, and then 30 years after, your estate is allowed that. It gets it. It's like, what? That's ridiculous. How long does someone have royalties? No, not a question. Does someone have royalties? Oh, no, sorry. Okay, let me see what it is. It's the copyright law is royalty payments. Here we go. This is according to what are royalties? How do they work? Song copyrights. How much royalty works? What does it say? I had an app for copyrights in Canada. Royalty payments. Let me see. You have to pay the royalties for how long? Non-renewable resources, patents, trademarks, copyrights. It doesn't say music. There we go. They get how much? How long? It doesn't say. Or it's got a whole bunch of like other stuff that I have to look into to figure out how. Oh god, there's a lot of like technical stuff too, like legal jargon that I just don't care about. But I think it was something like that. It was like 50. It was like 70 years plus 30 years after, or like 50 years plus 30 years or something. After you're dead, it's just like, oh my god. And then his proposal was, do it 50 years. You get 50 years and that's it. So all the Bob Dylans and the Jimi Hendrix, they're all out in the public domain now for people to listen to. So you go through your nostalgia phases where you have your two nostalgia phases, right? of people going, "Oh, I'm nostalgic for it. I'll listen to it. Blah blah blah. You'll get your money for it." But like, it won't be like crazy for like royalties, right? It was the same thing of how he was making the point of what was the other one? Yeah, like you're now. I'm sorry, you're gonna like crap on people who have like royalties for like one thing they did once, and now they're still making money off of it. Basically, kind of like Andy Schrock. Andy Schrock made a book, right? And he made a book like 2013, right? And that was about 7 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, and he's still getting money for it. Like every month, he still gets like I think it's like $200 a month or something. Like Amazon basically still like he got an email once and said your book is so popular that we're always permanently gonna stock it. I was like, oh, okay, great. But anyway, so someone like him would still be getting royalties, right? But like, really? He said basically, Tom Scott said, suck it up, and move on. You're the one person who made some one thing obscure thing once, right? Come on, stop the crap. So you're gonna lose your royalties for that. How many people buy that thing anyway? Anyway, I'm not gonna go there. But that was for talking about Internet Archive. Oh yeah, and the fact that Internet Archive doesn't do anything right. Like, see, technically, I legally had no right to post that, but I could do it because the Internet Archive doesn't follow the right rules. Which it's not the worst thing because you need to preserve these kind of things. Definitely, it's just people want it done properly. It's kind of like the same way the vegetarians slash vegans hate. Well, no, not even the vegans. It's just the people who don't like how we treat the animals, right? When we kill them, it's like they're gonna die anyway. Who cares if you cut their beak off and then kill them, right? Or you, whatever. It's gonna die anyway. So what's the difference? But they're like, well, can you at least treat them nicely before they die? It's like, why? Why? Why would I do that? Like, what's the point? Please stop the crap. Because if you want a good documentary about, well, it's a little bit gruesome, but it's called "If Slaughterhouses Had Glass Windows," and it's narrated by Paul McCartney because he's a vegetarian. And I got it as a commercial once, as an ad on before a game I played once on one of those like Flash websites, and and I watched the whole thing. Like, I think it was something around 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Actually, I watched it while I was at my mom's work once because it was bring your kid to work day, whatever it was, and I came to work with her and I watched it and I was like, wow, okay. And so basically, it shows how everything they do to animals, and it's like, oh, that's inhumane. It's like you're killing it anyway, so what does it really matter? And again, why don't you just kill it? Well, I don't want the animal to suffer. Suffer? He's gonna die. Who cares? That was my idea around it too, right? Now, I think vegetarians are stupid. Well, vegetarians I think are dumb in terms of like ethically. Forget it. I don't care. Like I don't now give a damn because you're gonna kill the animal anyway. Like what's the difference? You know. Now if you don't want animals to die, it's a whole different thing. But don't give me the crap of well, can you at least treat them, you know, humanely before you kill them? It's like you're gonna die anyway. Who cares? Anyway, but what really ticks me off, what really grinds my gears is when the vegans come out and say stupid things like, "Well, I'm living the proper life, and you're all doing it wrong," and I'm like, you just want to smack those kind of people, just smack them, backhand them right across the face, and just be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Look, you can have your opinion, and you can have your whatever, and you can live your lifestyle, whatever way you want to live your lifestyle. Like, I'm fine with that. Whatever. I don't care. What I don't want is you to come start telling me that I'm living life wrong. Oh, I'm living it properly, and I'm living it purely, and you're living it wrong. It's the same way, like, the Christian, whenever religious people come, like, are like, well, I'm living it right, and you're going to go to hell. So, and you're just like, whoa, first of all, no, you're not, because you cannot, and I mean cannot be perfect. Sorry. So you cannot be living life properly or perfectly, right? I'm living the perfect life and the right life, and you are going to go to hell. Especially when it's like a different religion. When one religion says to another religion, well, my religion is right, my religion is the right religion, my religion is the perfect religion, right religion, and I'm doing the right, and I'm going to heaven, and you're going to hell. So, have fun. It's like, stop. First of all, you don't know that for a fact. You just decided to choose that religion. Now, I'm not saying that religion is wrong. I'm just saying, that don't go bashing other people just because you chose one religion and now, well, my religion's right. My religion's the right religion. You're going to hell. So stop. And don't. So vegans, don't start telling me, well, I'm living the perfect life and the right life, and you're going to hell. You know, it's like what? And you know, you're a sick, soulless, inhumane sob. It's like, whoa, like stop. Because I know someone like that. I know someone like that. She literally is like, well, I'm living it perfectly, and you're not, and you're going to hell. So, and you're doing evil, and you're an evil, sick, soulless sob. Like, stop. Whoa. Because I know two people who are vegan, and I'm just like, the one doesn't give a damn. The one's like, I don't, you know, condone what you're doing. I don't like what you're doing, but I'm not going to go and bash you for doing what you're doing. I don't care. The other one's like, no, you're doing it wrong, and I'm doing it right, and I'm the right one, and you're wrong, and you know you're just gonna go to hell. So have fun. You're just evil, sick, soulless son of sob. So please stop. Please stop right now. Please stop. Stop. Where did I even go with that? Where was I going with that? I was talking about doing it right, and then the Copyright Act. I don't know what happened here. Anyway. And then you had people for like COPPA, which was the Child Online Privacy Protection Act, which everyone, you had two types of people. You had the people who were like, it's fine, it'll blow over, just continue with your life, continue on, right? And then you had the people who were like, no, you don't do something about this right now, and you'll be screwed. Like, you could be sued, you could all this stuff, and it's like, and really it was the former, not the latter, that actually happened. At least so far. So really, so far it's just been nothing really happened with that. Kind of the same way we had SOPA and CAPA back in 2012 when they tried to do this. And then they tried to do the thing where they tried to, like, what was it called? Monetize the internet? Is that how it was? Oh, it's let me see what it's called. It's right? What was it called? It was called what? Damn it. It was anyway. It was like where they where basically the whole thing was um it was let me see. Damn it. Anyway, it was basically the whole idea of it was basically so we're going to monetize. We're going to let like certain websites charge to use the website, so the internet will no longer be free. And when I explained that to my mom, she was like, "But the internet's not free. We still have to pay for internet. Now you're paying specifically to an ISP, an internet service provider, to get you internet. But past the internet, it's free. You're not paying for a specific website, right? So therefore, the internet's free, free, in quotes, free, free. I get her point. It's not free, but like you could do free internet if you just went to like coffee shops and libraries and malls and just did all the things free and got free Wi-Fi, right? You could literally just be like, yeah. So and to you, your internet could be free. It's not free necessarily, but it's you're not paying for it'd be free. But and everyone had a big thing then too. They were like scared. They're like, oh no, the internet's not going to be free. Oh crap. Oh whatever. And everyone had a big deal about that, and then that blew over also. And then they tried it again in what, I think it was 2017? Maybe it was 2016. No, I think it was 2017. Like near the end of the year of 2017, they were like, let's bring that back. Because Trump was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Think about that for tech. And then we could charge like the internet websites of like a tax or a fee or something, and we could make loads of money off this. Like, and then that just like, what's the word I'm looking for? That like fizzled over, and that just boiled over and then returned to nothing. So, I mean, as far as I know, it did. So, I mean, it could still happen, but it's just it hasn't happened yet. So, which yeah, because people were like, you could get a big fine and you could be screwed and like with Kappa, right? And it's like, uh-oh. And people were scared. Oh, no, can't do children's things, can't do this, can't do that. And then, so you got the people at the beginning, for the first, few months, they were like, we're not doing anything that could even possibly, potentially even be the slightest considered for children. And the other people were like, I don't give a damn. I'm going to just continue doing whatever I want, and it'll be great. And it's just like, and the people who just continued going on had it right, because nothing ever happened to those people. Nope. Nope. They continued on exactly how they wanted, and they were they didn't have a problem with it. So, hey, I'm not going to go into the legal mumbo jumbo of all this. I don't know. Because a lot of people are like, you better get a damn lawyer now so you're protected. And I kind of agree with those kind of people. Because you should have a legal lawyer. Even if you have a legal lawyer, just sit down with a lawyer and say, okay, now explain this whole thing to me. Right? And the other thing was, I was listening to Strike Back podcast, and Andy Schrock was basically saying, he talked to actual lawyers. And they basically told him, what are they going to do at first? They're not going to go and fine you $40,000 the first time, right? Because the whole problem with that is they don't want people harvesting information from 13 and under, which is stupid, because we can go harvest information from adults. Like, that's legal. But apparently, yeah, all websites, Facebook can harvest all your data and sell it to other people. Google does it. So, but they just don't want it to do it to children. So anybody under 13, oh ho ho, you can't have, which is stupid in my opinion. But hey, you have the things on, because on YouTube, you get no monetization on the video. You get no comments on that video, and you get no minimum window. You can bring it down. Like, why? I just don't get it. But anyway, I don't get it. But anyway, yeah. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing ever. And he was basically saying, yeah, what are they going to do? They're going to tell you the first time that you do it, they're going to give you a warning. Say, don't do that again. If you do it again, there will be consequences. The first time you do it, it's not going to be that bad. And what are they going to do? Shut your channel down? What do you, like, come on. Like, he was basically saying, don't worry about it. Now, of course, don't brush it off like it's nothing, but don't think, holy crap, my whole channel's dead. But it did affect a lot of people who made, like, Happy Meal toy reviews, or like, toy reviews like Ryan's Toy Reviews, or, like, the ones where they just review toys. Their whole channel is based on reviewing toys, whether it's Happy Meals or Lego or Pokemon toys or whatever. You just pick something, right? They got affected in the whole, like, their whole channel got turned into a kid's channel. And it's not... And what do you do with that? You can't monetize that channel. That's it. So for a lot of people, like, what would the point be then? Not that it's a bad thing, but what would the point be? Why would you make that channel then if you can't monetize it? That's the point of why they're making these channels, to make money. Now, I'm sure there's some people who would just be fine with doing it otherwise, but, like not monetize, but, like, I don't get why you would do that then. Right? You'd want to make money, no? Anyway, I don't know. I don't care. And the thing that I don't understand is, it's a U.S. thing that they're trying to pass, right? The Children's Online Protection, Privacy Protection Act, right? Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. That's an American thing. But every single country, whether you have something similar to that or not, have to follow the same thing. So if you're in freaking Brazil, you're in Spain, you still have to state on your channel. You either say your whole channel is not kids or for kids, or you say every single individual video is. And I'm like, but why? I just don't get it. So I have to do it, even though I'm in Canada, that doesn't follow that at all. But I still have to state. Because it says at the top, you must state that your video is whatever, COPPA compliant. And then it says, even if you're not in the United States, every country or something like that has to state it still. It's like, why? I have nothing to do with this. This is an American problem. But I guess it's the whole thing of where America, especially for Canada, America adopts this, or we're just going to adopt it. It's just going to be the norm. And a lot of countries are just going to take the same thing too. I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them are going to say, well, yeah, well, America did it, we'll do it, and so on and so forth, right? England, France, Italy, all those kind of places, right? But I don't know. Anyway, yeah, people. I remember people having a just losing their minds, having a cow over it in like what 2011, 2012. Just like you bet, like this better not happen because Obama was thinking of doing it, and then they never actually ended up doing it. I don't know why they never ended up doing it. Maybe it was people actually told like petitions. I don't know because I know there was a petition this time to say for COPPA to say no. COPPA's a stupid idea. COPPA's just dumb. Like I kind of understand COPPA in the fact of like, well, you don't want to harvest, you don't want random people harvesting random information from children, right? Okay, I get it, but like everything else about it just makes no sense. The details of COPPA, because COPPA it stopped all your other things. Like why? Why? Adults cannot like children's things. So if I make a children's video, or what COPPA considers a children's video, it's immediately a children's video and not an adult wanting to watch something about a toy or something. You know, it's just dumb. Like, say I make a tech deck video, right? And 90% of people, or 99% of people, are adults watching it, right? And are skateboarders, and they want it for the skateboarding, not for the fact that it's a toy, right? Well, COPPA would still be like, well, it's, you know, it's a children's video. It's like, no, it's not. That's why they let you, like, let you say every video, like, no, this is not children's. This is not for children. This is not directed at children. And I did it for every single video. Because I'm just like, I don't care. I don't want random videos to be for children or not. And when Andy Schrock was saying that too, because I asked a question to Andy Schrock on the Strike Back podcast, and he answered the question. It was, are you being affected by COPPA? And I was talking based on, talking in regards to his card channel, because he has a card channel where he opens cards. And because cards are generally aimed at children, I was like, well, are you getting affected by COPPA? And he goes, not for that channel, no. Because 90% of my people are adults. And I'm just like, yeah, but is COPPA seeing you as, like, aimed towards children? And, you know, he never answered that part of it, because that wasn't the question. The question was, are you being affected, considering you have a card channel, are you being affected by COPPA? I think that's the question. Is that what it was? I can actually look at the actual question, because I sent it on Instagram. But yeah, and he was basically like, yeah, whatever. And then he said, well, for the other channels, though, for Turbo Toy Time, he basically made the whole entire channel for kids. He's like, forget it. I don't care. It's for kids. And I was like, ugh, fine. And then he said, I was like, that's stupid, but anyway, whatever. And I understood why, but like, right? And then he said for his main channel, uh, where is it? No, it's gotta be after this. Anyway, yes, he said, Handy, since you have a card channel opening up cards aimed at kids, are you being affected by COPPA? Anyway, and so yeah, it was like, and so he said for his main channel, anything with his son in it, Raiden, he was like, no, I state those as just kids, 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 kids. He doesn't do every of them, all of them, but he just, only the ones with Raiden in them, because he knows that, like, kids like watching videos with Raiden, so. It's like, is the COPPA going to affect us that badly? And now, even if they never do anything about it, they've just implemented it into YouTube, so now we just have to do that whenever we're, it's like, why? I have to freaking worry about that now. Why? Why? Wow. I just looked at my window and saw it raining, because I was going to do this outside in my backyard like I usually do, but then it started raining, and I'm like, oh, it's going to pass. And then I look at the window, and I'm like, nope, that didn't pass. That poured rain. Dang it. Anyway. But yeah. Yeah, so. Now, I just say no to every video. No, 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 no. Not for kids, not for kids, not for kids, not for... Because basically, because the other thing there said, I think somewhere else on YouTube, in their new terms of service, whatever it is, they said, you can't ignore this, because we will, not come after you, but we will know. It's like, freaking stupid. I just state it on every video. No, it's not for kids. 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 No, it's. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. It's been Taco Imposters for April. No, May 3rd. Cause I'm recording on the Sunday, but it's gonna come up. Go up tomorrow. Sunday, May 3rd, 2020. Yep. So yeah, I mean, see, I haven't had a problem with Kappa yet, but and nobody really has had a problem with Kappa. Let's be honest. You know, I'm sure somebody's gonna have a problem with Kappa, and we're gonna hear a big story of like he stated wrong, and now he's in jail for 10 years or whatever, $40 billion you have to pay, or I think it's $40,000 fine you can get. It's ridiculous. It's like why? Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, it's been Taco Imposters for April 3rd, 2020. You got questions, comments, concerns? Leave them in the comments, or leave in the comments, or email me at tacoimposters@gmail.com. Links in the description, or on Discord too. I have a Discord, and I'm trying to get the Patreon working. I hope that'll be up in the near future. I've said this like 4 times, four things already, 4 podcasts already, 4 episodes already. And yeah, please tell me something to talk about, because I can't just think about something and then just talk about it, because I'll just run out of things to talk about so fast. I've pretty much already ran out of things to talk about. I'm just kind of like trying to scrounge on things to talk about. Like I don't know what to talk about, never. So I just turn it on and I go, and the first thing that comes to my head, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'll talk about that. Or sometimes, like this episode, I was like, oh yeah, I was watching those videos, so I'll just talk about the same thing again. Yeah. So, yeah. So I think that'll be it for now, guys. So, how long have I been going for? 42 minutes. That's pretty good. I think that'll be it for now, guys. So, adios, mi amigos.